Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. I am back for the hashtag 50 stack challenge number 6. This is the 6th one of these challenges, and this started with a stack of guest checks. There are 50 guest checks in a stack in America. I didn't realize you couldn't get guest checks everywhere, but anyways, so that's how it started. So I made a piece of ephemera for my junk journals out of all 50 pieces of that stack. And so since then I have changed it to, you can use anything you want as the base, but each week I draw 2 prompts out of my bag. All the prompts are in the bag at the beginning of the challenge, so it's just a luck of the draw thing. So for example, last week I drew out dots, and I did a piece of tea dyed paper, and I just painted dots, and then I went around them with a pen. This is the one that I did not with you guys, because well, I did the painting part with you guys on this one, and then on the other one that I had done ahead of the video, I did the drawing while this one was drying, but now this one's all done. But this is what I did for dots. So that's just an example. I can use that in collage. I can use it somewhere, you know, in my journal. I could make a tag out of it, whatever. So that was dots. And then number 10, I drew tree. So for tree, I gotta find it because I can't remember which whatchamacallit it's in. Signature. I think it might be the third one. Yeah, I did this. There was a freebie, so if you didn't get the freebie last week, make sure you hop back over to last week's 50 stack challenge, and you can get the freebie with the trees. And there were also some apothecary jars with it. But anyway, there were 4 or 5 tree images and then some apothecary jars. So that's what I made for tree. So you can interpret these however you would like to. You can make whatever type of ephemera. Nancy Pitter is, and she has a YouTube channel, is doing collages where she uses the prompts. And Carol Laws has been making items, pieces of ephemera using the prompts. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Good way to build your stash. Or like, those pieces aren't going to go in my stash. They're going to get used right now in the journal that I'm constructing. So very fun. So number 11, and it's just usually, you know, it's just one easy prompt. Not usually, it is one easy prompt per piece of ephemera. So 11 will be leaves. Number 11 is leaves. So you can just, you know, put a couple leaves on whatever you're making. You can do paper that has leaves on it. You can do something for fall. You can do spring leaves. You could use, like I've been using these kind of leaves in my fairy journal, and I'll show you an example of that. So I did this herbs card, and these, so that would count as leaves if that's what you wanted to make, something like that. So 11 is leaves. 12 is number. So you can just throw a number of any kind. You can write the number. You can add like one of my die cut numbers, or your die cut numbers that you might already have. But this, I just drew numbers on here. That would be an example of something that you could do. You could stamp numbers. You could use a piece of Tim Holtz ephemera, whatever. You interpret it how you want to. So 11 is leaves, 12 is numbers, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I have this pocket in here that I need to make something for. Up here, it's a long tag, so that's what I'm going to do for the leaves prompt. Sorry, trying to find some place to set that. All right, so I have a large piece of, well, it's not really large, but a piece of manila file folder. How's that? That measures, and this is just because this is the size that'll fit in that pocket. 3 3/4, just about, by almost 7.5. That's what will fit in there, so that's what we're going to use. And then this is a piece of paper from the FAY digital So I'm going to use that as my background. So how is everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. I am well. Just busy. Having trouble with my Glowforge, so yeah, that's not a good thing. So if you go to my shop and something's not in there, it may not be there till next week. I don't know. I'm just having difficulties with it. But it will be back. It's just, we need a new belt on it. And so it's all that fun stuff. I need to say hugs and blessings to Heidi, Vicky, and Fern. Thank you all so much for your kind comments, for always watching and commenting. I really appreciate you all so much. And welcome to new subscribers. And welcome back to those of you who've been with me long time, short time, whatever the time. I thank you very much. I need to ink this because it's just so perfectly evenly cream. And that doesn't go with my vibe. It is sunshiny today, so I'm very happy about that. Went for my walk. Feeling good. Really sticky here on this paper. Uh-oh. Why does it do that? Just instantly rolled. Just like... And there's little bits of ink everywhere. Need a paper towel. Okay. I think we got it ready. And then we're going to use this little guy, or well, mushroom, and this guy, because he's got leaves on top of his head. We're going to add more leaves too, but he's going to stand on top of the mushroom there. So we need to get this good and inked. And these are in the FAY kit. Not much going on around here. Pretty snoozy, other than, you know, just... Well, there's always stuff going on around here, just not interesting stuff. How's that? Everybody's good and doing well, so that's always good. I want a piece of this somewhere. Maybe not that particular one. I'm running out of the number pages in here. Well, not really, I guess. This, people always ask, is a old calculator book, which I love, and someone gifted me another one, which I also love. But that is just one of those finds that you might find in a thrift store or an antique store or something like that. I don't have any specific place where you can get those because I just got them locally, or that one at an antique store. So sometimes you run into stuff like that. A lot of times you don't. So, but I did do a page of this number paper. I scanned it for this digital, the FAY digital. It isn't as clear and crisp as these, but that unfortunately is like it happens when sometimes you scan old paper. It doesn't come out perfectly. So, but I did try and share with you guys. So it is in that digital if you're looking for it. Kind of the best I can do. I don't have, I mean, I have a scanner on my printer, but I don't have like a really nice scanner, so sometimes the old stuff just doesn't come out super duper clear, unfortunately. It's not bad though. That page is not. It's definitely usable. Okay, that'll just give a little interest over there. I guess it would work for the number part too, but we're doing leaves for this particular one. And then I found this postcard that I had, and it says, "All good things are wild and free." I think that's so cool. So it needs to be roughed up though. It was in a ephemera pack I got from Hobby Lobby. Definitely needs some antiquing. And I definitely agree with that, for sure. It's kind of thick. You know, a lot of that kind of stuff is. I actually think I'm going to tear off this corner. Just to gunk it up a little more. But I love that. All good things are wild and free. And I think I'm just going to kind of have it like it's, you know, sitting there. And then we also have our little frog and snail trucking along, and we got leaves. So we're going to put leaves kind of down here. And these are die cuts from my Etsy shop. But when you see this, they might not be available right now, but they will. They'll come back. I just, like I said, having trouble with the Glowforge. That's not going to work great. I was trying to kind of get them to... Sometimes if you use a piece of foam, I just don't have one right here, but... And rub something smooth like that, you can get them to, you know, curl a tiny bit. It works better on a piece of foam. And another fun thing to do is spritz them with Tim Holtz ink, which I forgot to do ahead of time. But that'll give you some spots and stuff on them, which I'm going to do that. And I'll pause if I have to. My husband's working in the garage again. he's got projects, you know. Now that he's retired, he's got projects. As they do. Yeah, these are kind of something I usually do for fall, but it just fit this prompt. So we got some green ones. We're good. Grab my inks. Do some vintage photo. Maybe a little bit of the peeled paint. Just take one of these. Move some stuff out of the way. I have discovered if you hold these bottles far enough away when you spritz, you'll get more of spots than blobs, for lack of a better term. And I'm going to pause and get these dry because I'll use my heat gun and you guys don't want to listen to that. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and they're all dry. I did add one more. I just thought, you know, might need one more. So I'm going to ink my little frog and snail here, trucking along. And I'm going to put my postcard on there. Come on, glue. It's a little tough coming out of there. I kind of just want it like, I don't know. I don't know why it would just be hanging out like that, but it's more the saying. I just love that saying than anything. That's just fun. And then we'll put our mushroom next. And I'm using this liquid glue, even though normally I would probably use the glue stick, because there's different layers. Like there's thicker paper, thinner paper. I just want to make sure it doesn't lift anywhere. Oh, we don't want to cover up our free, right? Wild and free part. And then I'm going to put my leaves just sort of here, there, and all over. Like they're just on the ground. Leaf fodder. Gotta figure out, I want some leaves on the ground. Probably should have put the brown one over there because it's hard to see. Maybe it needs to go on the green a little more. Well, that one's not going to get seen at all like that. So we'll kind of have it up like this maybe. And then I want to cover just a little bit of him. Like they're kind of moving through it, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe something kind of like that. I'll just stand up here. Like so. So I think I'll glue these and tuck them back there, and then we'll put the frog on. And it doesn't matter if it goes all the way down or not. It kind of looks cool up over the base of the mushroom there. I like that. The frog's just hitching a ride. Or do I want this one here? Maybe I'll do that because it's a little smaller one. We might see more of the red leaf that way. But see, don't they look better when you put some ink on them? They're much more interesting than in there. flat, normal colorway. And a frog. I am just going to use the glue stick for this because it's thin paper. I don't want to see the lines or anything of the glue through it. I've had loads of questions about what paper I use. And I use Southworth. And I get that on Amazon, but I think you can get it at like Staples. And I even think they have little, like smaller packages of it at Walmart. So I get the big package at Amazon because I obviously go through loads of paper, but if you're not doing like a ton of stuff, you could get the smaller packages. And for this project, I used the ivory, but a lot of times I use the white, so it's just whatever you like and will work for your project and how you like it to look when it's printed. Oh, this one I did use the white. On the, well, this is cardstock. So that's just white cardstock, so that's not the Southworth. I know the fancier the paper, the better the digital's print, but I like how they come out with the Southworth, so I don't see the point in spending crazy amounts of money on that. That just fits perfectly. All good things are wild and free. It just fits perfect with the fairy and the frog and the snail. Oh, I got ink on the back of that. Of course I did. Probably wouldn't be one of my projects if it didn't have random ink somewhere. Okay, so that glue stick, oh my gosh, is done. And I got a new one out. So there is leaves. I'll bring it up so you can see the leaves. And on the young fairy's head there, leaves. So I like that. That'll go well into that pocket in my journal. It will get stitched around and all those good things. I did break my leaf, y'all. Up at the top. So I went over them with some matte medium. I probably should have just done that from the beginning, but I just have to think, oh, it'll be fine. So this will go in here. And then it'll have fabric and it'll get stitched around. So that is that all done and ready. And then for number, we're going to make another tag just because I love this. So I want to use that and make a tag out of it. What did I do with there? I did not get a thing ready or a piece of file folder, so we're gonna have to cut this here. It doesn't have to be as big as the last one. Let's go 3.5 should be fine. Oh, I'm such a dope. That has the fold marks from the file folder. Luckily there was a big enough piece left. I'm so goofy sometimes. I think I'll do 6. 3.5 by 6. That'll be a nice size. I won't get the whole thing, but that's fine. I get the most of it. I just love those mushrooms. Very cool. With the leaves. I mean, this one would technically qualify as well for either of the prompts, but I always like to make 2 pieces because Otherwise, it's not a 50 stack, right? At the end, you just have a partial stack. We want the whole stack. I think I'll turn this side a little bit more. Thank you to all of you who've been watching all of us create our FAY journals. It's so awesome of you. Nice comments and just super fun. A lot of you are also making journals and things using the FAY kit, so I'm happy you guys like it and are having fun with it, because I am. I know that. And it's a lot more fun when we have more people hanging out with us and playing along. A lot more fun. Of course, I always just like doing the projects with my friends. That always makes it fun, right? I guess I really didn't need to cut off. Don't you hate it when you do that? I guess I'll just try to center it. Oh well, it'll be fine. It'll still look good. Yeah, my husband's been helping me get this crazy room organized. He's so nice to me. Well, it drives him crazy, so. He's like a super organized, and luckily my daughter got that too. My son and I, we are not so great sometimes. The hard part, I think, and I keep telling him, is that, and I've told you guys a million times, but so many things need to be within reach or it just doesn't work for videos. So I think that's how the mess gets started, like, you know, and then it just kind of snowballs from there. I mean, it's fine in here right now. I just have my pile of paper right there, but that's just for this journal. So, but it does get, well, especially around Christmas. Ooh, it gets a little crazy in here. But yeah, the biggest problem is just all the things I need right at hand. So he's been helping me with that. And I like that. That is pretty washi. And then I have a fairy, and these are going to be in the shop eventually. However, you will notice her wing's a little broken right there. And that's because when the Glowforge starts to try to do super tiny, yeah, it gets a little messed up. And this is my number. I'm going to use that 25. So it's pretty much going to be, I think, that simple. Because I like that. And then we'll put some gold splatters on there. But yeah, so I am working on fairies. And I'm sorry that I'm not going to have them out like today. But definitely next week. I just need to go back in and redraw the wings on those so that there is a little bit more background on them. So that they don't break for you guys, if you're even interested in that. I just saw Nancy's fairies, and I was like, ooh, those are cool. That is fun, right? I just had a thought. but I don't have any die cuts like this. So I decided to make my own. I mean, it's not noticeable once you get it glued down, but I just want them to be nice, of course. Obviously, I'm not going to sell you messed up ones. I got to grab something. Hold on just a second. I have these mica powders. I think that light gold will work. And I thought it might be fun. These are a pain, I'm not gonna lie. Unless you have like all the perfect tools for this, they're very difficult to deal with, I feel like. But I want to put some in her hand. And then I think I'll just kind of put some, maybe. Dots of glue. The problem with it is it's super duper cool, but you have to have something for it to stick to, obviously, because it's just powder. It's not like having something that, I mean, it's like glitter, but it's even worse because it's just ultra fine, which can be really cool, but it can also be very difficult to work with. I know it's not really going to stick to her a ton in the end, but we might be able to get some to kind of stick wherever the glue is. Which might not be great. Okay, I'm going to try to, oops, what am I doing? I'm losing my mind. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to shake it off into the garbage. Normally I try to save it, but it's just really hard to do. Well, it didn't stick great in great ways to her, did it? I need a brush. Okay, well, I don't like how it stuck to her. So, next idea. That's not making me happy. Let's see. I wonder. This may end up in the trash. That was just rubbing alcohol. I'll just take the glue off. And thus the glitter. I don't mind it on her wings and stuff, but it was just weird splotchiness on her. I don't mind it on her arms because you could just say she got it all over, right? All for a number, y'all. All for a number. I wonder if another number would look. That one's too big. Just needs a little something else. I'll use my crazy piece of plastic. Just on here, it needs, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so there again, we have another tag. I know, real exciting, right? But I need tags for my journal. That's the awesome part. You can just make whatever the thing is that you need. Okay. So once again, that will get stitched around a piece of fabric at the top. But there's my number and my glittery. It's kind of hard to see, but my glittery fairy, my fairy dust. I was going to say angel dust. Fairy dust. All right, guys. So I guess I better get the other one out, huh? I left it in there. That wasn't smart. You probably knew I was going to do that, huh? And we're like, don't forget to take it back out. Okay, so we have leaves and a number. And those are our prompts. 11 is leaves, 12 is number. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll chat soon. Love ya. Bye.